Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are going to be talking about Kylian Mbappé and the latest surrounding the PSG player. Also, a player that is moving to PSG, that's future, who could be decided by Mbappé. So let's dive into it. Also, we have got new graphics next season for La Liga, so let's have a look as well today. But before we get into it, if you guys haven't already subscribed, please do. It will be much appreciated. But let's get into the news. So here it is from Marca for the first piece of news for the day. Kylian Mbappé is expected to return to PSG training tomorrow without a clear answer for his future at PSG. They still remain clear. Renew or leave. The position has not changed. Real Madrid waiting. Now, we do know that Mbappé has apparently been given this deadline until the 31st of July, which is still 2 weeks away from now. So, look, he still has to go for pre-season. He still has to train with PSG. He still has to go training. Of course, he still has to do everything. But it doesn't mean that he can't move. I made this reference a few videos ago. Casemiro, last summer, he came in for pre-season, and then he played the first game of the season against Eintracht Frankfurt, and then he was on the bench against Almeria, and then guess what? He left after in August. So anything can happen. I expect him to report to PSG, do the training and preseason as usual, and by the 31st of July, get a decision, because he has to make a decision right now as to whether he stays or sign a new contract. Again, player power is there. He can choose to stay but not sign a contract, which is something that PSG don't want to happen. So look, let's see what happens with this one. But don't be shocked and surprised that he's returning to training. And a lot of people will have this mindset thinking, is he going to stay then? Nah. He still has time to make a decision that he hasn't even made yet. Like, this tweet says, he hasn't really even thought about, his future just yet. Of course, he still has 2 weeks to think about it. And in the next 2 weeks, he still has pre-season with PSG. So he has to report, because it's part of the contract. He has to report for training and for pre-season. But again, it doesn't mean he's staying, and neither does it mean he's leaving. So let's just wait and see what this happens. This is interesting, this with days ticking and days just passing by. We're just waiting every day, hoping for new pieces of news. But it's not going to be today that we get the confirmation and the decision from Mbappé. There's still 2 weeks left. So for the next 2 weeks, we just have to really just wait and just sit there eating the popcorn and just waiting, really. I want to talk about in relation to PSG and Kylian Mbappé. This is from Fabrizio Romano here. Exclusive. Xavi Simons is already attracting interest from many clubs over possible loan moves from PSG. Now, PSG triggered a €6 million buyback clause, I believe, that they had in his PSV deal. RB Leipzig are pushing. They are favourites. It will only happen if PSG let him leave on loan, keeping Mbappé and Neymar. Understand decision will be made by Tuesday. So a lot of people are confused. What does this tweet mean? Now, like I said, he's back at PSG, Xavi Simons. Now, one of two things can happen. Either he stays, but that means Mbappé and Neymar leave. Or he leaves on loan, meaning that Mbappé or Neymar stays. So PSG basically, if they want to keep Xavi Simons, have to sell Mbappé or Neymar. and the decision must be made by Tuesday. Personally, I think Xavi Simons will go out on loan because I don't see PSG and I don't see Kylian Mbappé making that decision to leave by Tuesday. And I don't think Neymar will leave by Tuesday as well. So I think Xavi Simons will go out on loan from PSG. They are not looking to sell him or let him go on a permanent basis, just a temporary basis. But this could be huge because I would say this is something that PSG kind of didn't want to happen, because I think that if they saw Mbappé or Neymar, they wanted Xavi Simons to replace him. Now, they must make a decision by Tuesday. And Tuesday is the 18th, right? Mbappé has until the 31st to make a decision. So he can make a decision after Xavi Simons have left. Which means that if by Tuesday he does not make a decision, it's almost like he has to stay. Because by that point, he makes a decision, Xavi Simons is already at another club on loan. So this could be very interesting. You know, relating back to this point here, this is a very interesting piece of news. But let's see what happens. I got another one here. More on exclusive news about Xavi Simons and RB Leipzig. In case this happens, decision will be by Tuesday as reported. The only way is a straight loan from PSG. No buy option, no chance. 1 year loan, then back to PSG. So it's an intriguing situation, isn't it? Let's see what happens. I think that PSG will not get a decision made by Mbappé by Tuesday, meaning that by Tuesday they'll probably have to sell him, loan Xavi Simons, or sell Kylian Mbappé. So if you ask me, do you think by Tuesday PSG would sell Mbappé or loan Xavi Simons out? I'm gonna say that it's pretty obvious that the loaning out Xavi Simons is more likely to happen. It doesn't mean that they're not gonna sell Kylian Mbappé this summer. It just means that if they do sell Mbappé, then they've already loaned out Xavi Simons by that point, which means they have to get a replacement. But let's see what happens between PSG and Kylian Mbappé. But like we've been saying, the player power is there, and the power is on Mbappe's hands. So he has to make a decision fast. I think it's just gonna drag on until July 31st. And even if he says, you know what, I'm not signing a contract, it will drag on to August, because then a decision has to be made between PSG and Real Madrid. And I really do see this dragging on until at least early August. So it's not going to be a fast, smooth deal that happens. It's going to take a long time. And in fact, it's already been happening for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So it's going to take another month and a half. So let's see what happens with Kylian Mbappé. But let's talk about the last piece of news that I found kind of interesting and cool. This is the La Liga new starting lineup graphics. It does look kind of nice, doesn't it? Now, of course, New Year, really. Now, I'm not sure which game this is from. You got Lunin, you got Carvajal, Militao, Alaba, Mendy, Modric, Tchouaméni, Cruz, Fede Valverde, Benzema, and Vini Jr. Now, I think they just took one of the games. If I'm not wrong, this is El Clasico. And they basically just changed the graphics. It does look kind of nice. It does look fresher. Much more artistic in a way, in a sense. And yeah, it looks fresher. But yeah, not much else to say really. Except that it's a cool design, it's a nice design, and you'll be designed for the upcoming season. So that's all on that. Let me know what your thoughts are on Kylian Mbappé. Also on that Xavi Simons deal, do you think that Kylian Mbappé will make a decision by Tuesday? Also on the new graphics, let me know how you like it. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe to the channel if it's on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.